Oh my god, this product nearly killed me. I bought this product. It changed my life. I love it. I will never live without it. This is my third attempt at trialling this product, and if I can't get it to work this time, I am officially calling it over. Hello, my name's Hayley and welcome to the side of my channel where I test salon at home style products. I've recently got into dip powder nails in a big way. I'm totally loving it, but my mum asked me about it and she's in her 80s and I didn't really think that she would have the patience for it, maybe, especially not the removal method. So I found this system called SISTACO, which I think are quite big in America. There does seem to be a lot more of a fan base over there, even though if I read it right, the product's made in Australia. I ordered the kit, thought it might be a bit easier for my mum to deal with, and all has not gone according to plan. The one thing that I can say without a shadow of a doubt, their customer services are really good. Every time I've messaged them, I have had a response within 24 hours. So that's an awful lot more than you can say for some other companies. Actually using their products, however, has not been that straightforward. So let us rewind to last weekend. Attempt number 1. Apply a thin layer of base coat to the nail while avoiding the skin. After application, the base coat should look smooth. So, thin layer and then LED lamp. Right. Now, I don't think you have to be particularly speedy about this because it's not something that's going to dry until you cure it in the lamp. So let's try and be gentle as we can. LED lamp, press and hold the button on top for 3 seconds and it should turn off on its own for about 2 minutes, okay? Your nail should not be completely dry, okay? Right, and this is for classic powder. I'm using Dusty Blue. Are we in focus? We are. This is part of the classic range. Now I do have the gloss top coat. I also have the matte top coat. I went through a phase of being really into matte nails, so it might be interesting to do them alternating gloss and matte just to see what it looks like. This is just a bit of an experiment, isn't it? There are slightly different application processes for the classic range, and I've got a metallic here. Yeah, I've got a metallic one. You do have to apply them slightly differently, so that's something that I will definitely be looking into. Right, so next step, if using a mineral bond applicator, that's what this is, okay. Gently dip the applicator vertically to evenly coat the sponge. Apply to the nail from base to tip in light strokes. Do not brush back and forth, okay. Right, I've not even opened one of these yet to have a look. These pots, by the way, they're very cute, aren't they? Very nice. Okay. Vertically, base to tip, lightly. Right. Wonder how far down you're supposed to press it. I don't feel like I got much on there. I don't know. Doesn't seem like it's picking much up. Both ends are the same, aren't they? Yeah. Well, we'll do. Maybe you don't need much. Maybe that's part of the deal. Okay, let's start here then. Lightly. 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 And it doesn't matter if you get this powder on your skin. That's a bit patchy. I feel like I'm picking a lot up on the sponge here. Have I done something wrong? No, I hadn't done anything wrong. The instructions that they sent me were wrong. Although this is a classic powder, it is also a matte powder. And the matte powders have separate instructions which were not included with the kit. So this was my first contact with customer services. They got back to me straight away. They told me that it needed different instructions. Nobody actually said why those instructions hadn't arrived with my kit, but we'll let that slide. So obviously I didn't know at the time. I tried to continue with the manicure to see how it would look, and it was awful and patchy, and there were like dark blue spots in it and white patches and light blue patches, and not great. And if you've seen me do a product review before, you will know that I always experiment. I always default to user error. So I went in and I tried to do another nail, and this one I think actually ended up looking worse than the first one. But yeah, I'll hand you back over to old Hayley. Just for the sake of argument, this is another from the classic range, so I'm not getting mixed up with holographics and stuff. I'm just going to have a look at this. Oh, this one's got a little bit of a shine to it actually. Is it my imagination? Was there a lot more? That's weird, isn't it? It looks like there's a lot more in this cream. I wonder if there's something wrong with this blue powder, cause look, it is all sort of rolling into little balls. I wonder if it's got damp or something. We'll have a mystery. Should have been a detective. Alas, the great powder mystery of 2024 has been solved without the aid of the mystery machine. When I queried this with customer services, they just told me that the powder is weighed, so whether the pot is full or not is by the by. And also, incidentally, in the instructions that they sent me for the matte powders with a video, the powder in that pot did look exactly the same as mine, sort of a little bit claggy. So I'm thinking this is just how the powder's supposed to look. So, in vertically. Oh, this already looks different, you know. Look the way that powder's going on. Right, okay. So lightly. This definitely feels different. It's not pilling. Right, that powder has gone on 1,000,000 times better. Okay. I mean, because it's shiny. Still a little bit patchy, but this is the very first time that I've done it, so I don't know how I feel. So a bit of a mixed bag to begin with. I could see how the normal powders were supposed to work, but these matte powders that I really wanted to have a go with just didn't seem to be working properly. And it is quite a comprehensive package. It does include all the instructions, so you think, and yet they hadn't included the instructions for the matte powders specifically. Now, before we move on to attempt number 2, I obviously went through all the instructions that I'd been given afresh for the matte powders. But I also went through all the instructions that I already had, double checking, triple checking everything. And the instructions that they have on their website, even for the normal powders, aren't the same as the instructions in the box, which is kind of frustrating, quite frankly. And maybe it's not a major thing, but the amount of time that you cure the product on your nails under the lamp is different. It says one thing on the website, one thing in the book that they sent me. And again, going back to the fact that this is supposed to be for anybody, and if you're sending a booklet of instructions with the product, you shouldn't then have to go on their website to double check. And potentially, forgive me for saying this, but this nail system does seem to be marketed at slightly older, I want to say, ladies, not old, sort of me and up. Do you know what I mean? And my brain fog's doing a number on me anyway, so I'm following the instructions out of the box. But anyway, I contacted them, they sent me the new instructions, and I pushed forward with attempt number 2. To add insult to injury, everything that I shot on this day does not have audio. There's clips of me chattering away with my mic on and the light is not on. It wasn't turned on. I don't know how the hell that I did it. So I'll voice over the bits of that footage that are important. So, attempt number 2. And here I am waffling on about how I got some new instructions, and instead of brushing from base to tip, you pat the matte powders lightly. So charged with the energy of a fresh new day and armed with my new set of instructions, I started again from the beginning, the whole process. And for the sake of argument, I also tried one of the other applicators to make sure that that hadn't interfered. And I patted and patted and patted, and it definitely went on a lot better. There was none of the pilling that I was getting, because obviously I was brushing the powder when I did it the first time, and it did initially go on a lot better. As I completed the nail, I could see it still had this patchiness to it, this white, almost compressed powder look, and it wasn't a solid blue. But true to form, I finished it properly, I did the top coat, and you can see, although it is an awful lot neater than attempt number 1, it's still just really patchy. The colour isn't solid, there's dark bits, there's light bits, it's not great. So what did I do next? I decided to do another nail using the original applicator, because I'm nothing if not thorough. I think this came out pretty much the same, to be honest. I even tried using the little brush that comes with it just to see if it would take off any of the top powder, to see if that might help. It didn't, but now what I decided to do next was to use the matte top coat. Maybe somehow using the matte top coat would finish the nail miraculously and make it not be patchy. And something happened that really did kind of upset me. There's not really great footage of it because there's no audio. And please take into consideration, this kit is aimed at total beginners. I had read the instructions numerous times by this point, and you're not required to have any previous knowledge of the technicalities of gel nails. Matte top coat on, switched on the light, and I have never moved my hand so fast. Without exaggeration, it felt like my entire nail was on fire. It really, really, really hurt. And I'm not just saying that. It wasn't the skin, it wasn't my finger, it was literally where the product was on my nail, and it really hurt and it upset me and frightened me a little bit. I had no idea what it was. I have since found out, and it is something known as a heat spike. The easiest answer to assume is that I had put too much top coat on. Now, all the other nails that I'd done had been perfectly fine. It was this nail that I had used the matte top coat on, which maybe it was slightly thicker, but I didn't apply it any differently. So we can go with user error, but it's just another thing about this product that I didn't like. Now, I have thought long and hard about what I wanted to say about this and how I wanted to film it, because I am not a loud, shouty, oh my god, this product nearly killed me, or conversely, I bought this product, it changed my life, I love it, I will never live without it. Again, contacted them straight away, told the company what had happened. It was a little bit more of a struggle getting an answer out of them this time. I contacted them on Facebook, they replied, they said they were sending me an email. It took 2 days, okay. And I tried to continue doing the video and filming myself doing the other nail, but I had to pack it in and turn it off because it had just shook me up a bit. And I was just going to sack it off altogether, to be honest, but once I'd sort of calmed down a bit and had it confirmed to me that this was something known as a heat spike, I've decided to have one final go, because as it stands right now, I just don't think I really like the system at all. But I am nothing if not fair and honest and willing to give things another go. I hope if you've seen any of my other product trial videos, that has come across, because I will always put myself as the problem first and try and figure out what I've done wrong so I can get it right. So this is my third and final attempt at trying the SISTACO mineral dip system. Mineral powder system. Number 3. Guess who's back? Back again. Trying SISTACO for the 3rd time. Sorry, I'm not... Right, come on. Enthusiasm. Fresh start. Today is a new day. Right. Okay, what I'm going to do, I've got some spare applicators because I want to try and avoid contaminating powders. I'm going to start with classic range satin. Now this should be the most straightforward, easiest one to deal with. So, base coat, thin layer. Under the lamp, press and hold for 3 seconds. Apologies if there's any random noises in the background, by the way. I've got the window and the door open. It's quite warm and my office is very small, and I'm trying not to gas myself either. Right, okay. I've not tried this one before. Now, I'm trying to be as light as possible. You know what? This is actually working a bit better, but I'm putting considerably more product on the applicator than I feel I'm supposed to. I don't know. It's like in the instructions, it's like hardly use anything, just be really, really delicate. Maybe that's my interpretation. I don't know. But this is looking better by basically being a bit more heavy-handed, I suppose. Oh, don't tell me I'm going to start liking it now. Oh, right, that's not very neat. How can I? Or something else that sort of annoyed me about my last couple of attempts is the powder did not come off my skin very easily at all. I mean, you can probably still see there's like little specks of blue still that I've not been able to get off. And that's not what you want, is it? Now my argument is, can you see? It's gone a bit patchy because the top coat pulled it off, which according to the instructions would indicate that I didn't have enough top coat on the brush. But considering what happened last time I had too much top coat on, I ended up with a heat spike. So I suppose that's down to practice. It's just a bit finicky for me. It's dry, it's done. I'm going to do my thumb with the satin. I'll speed through it quickly just to see if I can make it look a little bit nicer. It certainly looks better when you're more heavy-handed with the powder. Okay, still pulling a bit of powder off. Right. It's still not as solid as I would like. I think it's pulled a bit of the powder from there, but then, you know, what am I supposed to do? I get the feeling this is one of them products that some people use and it'll just work. Do you know what I mean? They won't put any thought into it, they'll just be like, just, oh yeah, looks awesome. And I don't know, I think because I overthink things sometimes, I probably end up with the worst result. Now, I am going to go in with this goddamn dusty blue. And I am going to use the matte top coat, because I've got to. I've just got to, haven't I? Right, let's put you there. In preparation. Also, I mean, if you're watching this and you're like, bloody hell, she ain't got a clue, you need to do it this way, you need to do it that way. I mean, I've bought the kit now. I don't think I'm going to give it to my mum, to be honest. So if you can see something that I am glaringly doing wrong, I've read and reread and got extra instructions, but please tell me, you know, if you think I'm just having a monumental fudge up. I'm not sure how, because I say I've been through the instructions that many times. I'll be reading it when I fall asleep. Right, my nemesis. Goddamn blue powder. Right, so maybe the trick here, like with the white, is more pigment is needed. It's just so lumpy. I mean it though, if you're like a SISTACO fan and you're ready to like come in the comments and rage at me, firstly don't. Be kind and, you know, constructively point out all the things you think I'm not doing right. But I think my argument would remain, this is an at-home kit and there's not much more a person can do than read and reread the instructions and then contact the company and get extra instructions and still not quite be able to figure it out. Now that is the absolute neatest I have got this. Oh God, matte top coat. Okay, we're gonna do it, I'm frightened. I'm frightened, Annie, I'm frightened. And it looks a bit better when you've got the base coat on, top coat even, not gonna lie. It's not a flat colour. I want a flat, matte blue. That was the whole idea. Right, okay. I've definitely been very ginger with the amount of matte top coat I have put on, right? Please don't do that thing again, please. Okay, it's not done it. It's speckly and messy as, which, that just looks rubbish. No, I'm not having that. Okay, alright. I don't know what's going on with the matte business. The matte top coat does work though, by the way. But no, okay, right. We've got 2 fingers left. I've got a holographic and a metallic. So The instructions for these are the same, but there's different instructions depending on if you want to make it last for a long time or a short time. And I'm going to go for the short time. We are not going to love you for a long time. Right, we'll go in with Raven first. Right, okay, last one. Platinum. Ooh, sparkly! We like the sparkles. Oh, that is very pretty, isn't it? Oh, hello, what are you again? You can see Platinum holographic range. Oh, look at the shine on that. Oh, that is banging, that. Oh, I love that. How does that look so good and the rest just look like shit? So, how do we conclude this? This is what I expected this system to be. So a plug and play, you know, quick, whack this on, do this, bish bash bosh. It's not going to be like acrylic. It doesn't have the thickness of that. It's just like painting your nails, but it lasts longer. And this is what I thought this whole system was going to be. And this does look really cool and I like it. But everything else is just problematic. And you can say like, oh, I've not done this properly. I've tried as hard with this as I have with all the other nails that I did today and the previous day and last Saturday. And this is just an instant win, this colour. So I've got to say, this system isn't for me. I love my dip powders. I'll be continuing with the dip powder system. I find this very messy with the powders. I don't know what's going on with the matte product. If you want to see me trying more salon at home stuff, check this playlist here. If you want to see my dip powder playlist, check that one over here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this has been of use. And I have given my opinion on the SISTACO Mineral Bond system. See you next time. Bye!